here we go again. It's midweek and do another video for, I guess I do 2 a week. It seems that I'm consistent with that. I just record it before I go out on the road for the week. But we're going to talk about some albums that I've brought back into my collection that I used to have. But first, I got an Amazon record of this. Does that look like a paper bag? It looks like a paper bag to me. Yes, there is a slight feeling of bubble wrap, but it's not even enough bubble wrap that goes pop, pop, pop. How thin that is. They sent me a record in this. Now, amazingly, the record wasn't damaged. You know, that's a crazy thing about Amazon. There is no real set thing on what kind of packaging you use. You've seen them. You get a huge box. They have one record in there. And it's just in there kind of bouncing all over the frickin' place. Then you get a paper bag. And it's like, it's a paper bag. I haven't had the paper bag one before, so this is new. I hope it saved them some money. It wasn't hurt, so what the heck? There you go. Amazon. I like Amazon. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they got a lot of my money, but put it in a box, a record box. Okay, albums I brought back into my collection. Mostly reissues. You can't. I was looking. I wanted to buy Sparks Propaganda. That was the very first Sparks album I ever had. I remember I saw them on TV and go, wow, look at this group. This is great. And they did BC, Betty, Betty, get back here, BC. Charlie, Charlie, get back here. You're conveniently forgetting that there were little wetting, so happy all are we. Yeah, that's how the song, I like that song though. So that was in bargain bins for years. You just go to a record store in the 80s, 90s, dollar bin. Sparks Propaganda. Sparks, come over to my house, whatever. Now suddenly Sparks are hot. So I'm looking at this. I'm in Discogs. I'm looking at Sparks Propaganda. And medium price. When I think medium, I'm thinking very good, right? Very good plus. Medium price. $22. You hit the little thing to say, okay, we are selling this for very good, just very good. Not even very good plus, just very good. $45 plus shipping. What? But it's just the way it is. You know what? People will buy it. I'm going to set the price for it. Supply and demand. Supply and demand. Well, they're going to keep that supply because they don't got no demand from me for that. But I won't buy when they're like that. So, many albums I've had to go and buy the reissues, which are great. You know what? They probably sound better. They're clean. Doesn't matter. I have the music. And that's what I want. And the first one, look at that. Surfer Rosa. Man, oh man, oh man. Surfer Rosa. This is the Pixies. This, to me, is the best Pixie album ever. 180 gram vinyl. It sounds so damn good. It probably sounds better than the original that I had. I think it's by far the best Pixies album. There is so much great stuff on this album. And there's gratuitous boobs. Hey, there you go. Bone Machine's on here. Where Is My Mind is on here. Gigantic. Oh, gigantic. Jeez. This is a powerhouse. If you're looking for, if you've never tried Pixies, and you say, I'd like to buy something from the Pixies. Surfer Rosa. The reissue's out there. Incredibly good album. Then, I was in on Sunday's show. I showed you a record store that I went to in Jackson, Michigan. Crazy Bob's. Found this. I had been looking on Discogs for this, and everything was out of Europe with incredible prices, so darn high. And then I'm at Crazy Bob's. And there it was. And this is the UK press, Eurythmics Greatest Hits. Eurythmics was such a big part of the 80s. I mean, just incredible stuff. And I love them. I really, really liked their music a ton. You know, from Sweet Dreams Are Made of This on up. And so I thought, I need the greatest hits. You know, I get the greatest hits, I'm going to be pretty damn satisfied. I'm going to have what I need. But then I was like, God, this is so expensive. And I'm checking different stores in the U.S., not finding it anywhere. And there, Crazy Bob's, he has it. And so I have it now. You're the greatest hits. So I said, that's what I need, right? But guess what? About the reissue of this one, Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, wasn't that one of the greatest videos? This chick in orange hair sitting out in a cow pasture. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Gosh darn, that was good. And, you're just kind of scratching your head and go, well, who thought of that? I mean, why are there cows in this video? Why is she in the cow pasture? And who the hell knows? But this, what a great reissue. What a great album. Love Is a Stranger is on here. Must Be an Angel's on here. Sweet Dreams. Gosh darn it. Iconic album of the early 80s. But then, all right, I picked up one more. Now, I'm not going to get the whole discography. I had every Eurythmics album, but I don't need them all. But I did want this one. This is their rock and roll album. This is the one that kind of got away from the synthesizers as much, and they brought in the rock and the horns. And this is actually an original press because it's fairly inexpensive. This has on here, Would I Lie to You? Would I lie to you? Bop, 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 bop. Would I lie to you, baby? The horns on that are freaking incredible. I mean, watch the video. Bop, 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 bop. I mean, they are just amazing. Best Eurythmics song ever. That's it, folks. Best Eurythmics song. Would I Lie to You? Go on record. One of my all-time favorite songs. That is so stinking good. Here Comes That Sinking Feeling is on here. Let's see. Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves. Aretha Franklin singing on that one. It got a little Aretha. There Must Be an Angel's on here. Playing With My Heart. That one I don't like as much. But this has Would I Lie to You? And the horns were fantastic. This is when they began to rock out and really changed course. So super, super good to have. My local store was able to get in this. There it is. I can't tell you, well, I think 3 Christmas parties did lip sync to this. When I was an assistant manager and as a store manager, we'd have Christmas parties. And I would always set up a program where I would get some of the crazier employees and we would lip sync to certain things. And how could you not do it to this one? I mean, my God, Oh, such a, you got a right to party. There's some crazy video footage out there. One wonderful album from the Beastie Boys. It's just kind of, this was white man rap. This is what got white guys like myself into rap to suddenly thinking we're pretty damn cool. And really amazing. During the flood, I lost everything from my Beastie Boys, like Paul's Boutique. Paul's Boutique, which was surrounded by like this album and others, stayed dry. I still don't understand it. Why some albums, there was very few of them, but that did. So this was good to have back. I do want the other license or ill communication. Is that it? Ill communication. I would like that Beastie Boy one. Then bought this at Crazy Bob's. Nazareth's Greatest Hits. I had Nazareth's Greatest Hits, but it was a 1-volume set. This is the 2-volume set that recently came out. It's not a gatefold or anything, I don't believe. Oh, it is a gatefold. Let's look at it. All right. There we go. I was a fan of Nazareth growing up. You know, one of my early albums was Hair of the Dog. And I loved every song on that. That was like my look at me. I am so stinking cool because I got Nazareth and I'm cranking up this. And now you're messing with the son of a bitch. And that was just they swore, they said a naughty word on there. And I'm going to crank that up. And I'm allowed to say that word now because it's on the music. Purple vinyl. Yeah, that's pretty much how I roll, folks. But so I was happy. Okay, 2-album set, but you know the first one didn't have "Expect No Mercy," and I like that. Expect no mercy. I talk about a pump-up song. The problem is they have the great ones: Razmanaz, Shanghai to Shanghai, Love Hurts is on here, Broke Down Angel, Hair of the Dog, This Flight Tonight, White Bicycle. It's just that they put some of the crappy ones in between them. So it's not in chronological order. Because if it was in chronological order, I would never listen to the second album. I would just listen to the first one, honestly. Because that's the stuff I wanted. But so happy. I really liked Nazareth. I thought about buying some of their some of their regular albums. But you know what? I bought those, except for Hair of the Dog, which I like the whole thing. The other ones I bought for these hits. Now I have these hits. I may get Hair of the Dog someday. Just because that was one that, even as you know, you're going to run or whatever, that was a good one to pump you up. So is Expect No Mercy. That is an awesome song. I brought this back in, New York Dolls. And obviously no longer having it, but it was such a wow. Look at that pink. It matches, that's lipstick pink. Just a great album, important album with the glam, but more I think of them as the punkers starting to happen. New York City's becoming the place where great things are going on, crazy things are happening in New York City, and this motley group of guys was leading the charge. You know, when I showed this on my 1973 as a favorite album. And what was interesting is I'd just gotten it in. And a lot of people wrote to me about David Johansen that have met David Johansen and have had the opportunity to talk with him. And they all said he was just the nicest guy in the world. And I could see that. Every time you would interview him, he seemed decent. He seemed nice. And they were all very complimentary on that man. But it's just, they're ugly women, man. But look at the platform shoes. Holy crap. This is the kind of stuff in the 70s I wanted. I want platform shoes like this. I never got them. My parents, here in a little town, Nebraska, where the hell are you going to find platform shoes? I got ones that maybe about that high. Okay, that was as cool as I was going to get. The final one, Handsome Jack. And this came out in, probably, it's from a live record. It's probably the mid-teens of this year. And it's on that. I actually, when I bought it, I got a free t-shirt with it. I bought it when it came out. Just good rock. I mean, it's scuzzy kind of rock. Live records, they really had some cool groups on there that just fuzzy guitars, scuzzy sounding, fun music. Handsome Jack was one of them. Now, I never bought anything else from him. He just put out a new album. I just, you keep going on, finding new music. I never became this, oh my God, I got to have the next Handsome Jack. But I really did like this one. And I brought it back because I have the free t-shirt still that I got when I bought this record album. Well, now I have a t-shirt. Now my t-shirt matches this particular album. So happy to bring that one back to enjoy Handsome Jack. So that's what I brought back to my collection this week. Not, there wasn't like tons. I am looking at Bill Young. He's looking at moving, so I'm looking at a number of record albums that he has that I might bring back. Some of them are bringing it back into my collection. There'll be quite a few of them. So thanks for taking the time. Look at that. Under 20 minutes. Yay for me. For watching this. Do appreciate it. Don't forget to come on by on a Sunday morning and we'll have some coffee and look at what's new in the collection. Enjoy your week. Thank you very much. Bye.